I've been doing some research on Windows-based handhelds that are expected to come out in 2022, and some have already dropped, such as the Ioneer Air, and we can expect some of the AYN Loki devices to launch later this year. But one device in particular has me really excited, and this is the Ioneer Air Plus. And I'm talking about the version that is powered by the Alder Core i3 1215U CPU. Now, there will also be a AMD Mendocino version. We don't know much about that chipset, but I did do some research on it, and I'm going to share with you guys which CPU I think will be better for overall emulation and PC gaming on a Windows-based handheld. Now, as it sits right now, I really like the Alder Lake Core i3 CPU. It will be very good for playing light Windows gaming. Some of your older stuff, like from the 7th generation of video games, you'll be able to play about 80% of the 7th generation library and about 100% of the 6th generation library. Whether that's via emulation or running these PC games natively, you will be able to do so. Let's talk about emulation on this device. ETA Prime did a video testing a Windows-based laptop with the same CPU that's in this handheld, and it was really outstanding. You could do PSP up to 5x resolution, you could do PS2 2x native resolution, which is 720p, and you can even do PS3 at 720p 30 fps and 60 fps for some games, and it could even emulate the Yuzu emulator for Switch and Cemu for the Nintendo Wii U, and that was really amazing. So emulation on this device is going to be really good, and the only device that I see that it can't emulate, or we're not sure if it can, would be the Xenia emulator for Xbox 360. So we don't know about that as yet, but there has been some great strides in the emulation scene for Xenia. Recently, MVG did a video on Xenia performance on the Steam Deck. However, this won't be one-to-one with the Steam Deck, so not sure what the performance will be like on this CPU. However, for the price that you're being asked to pay for the Ioneer Air Plus with the Core i3 CPU is pretty awesome. Now, early bird price on this will be about $270 US, and I think that is a steal. Comparing this to other devices on the market, we have like the AYN Odin, which is a Android-based device, which comes in at around $280 for the Pro version and $240 for the base version. And with shipping included, the base version basically goes for $260. And we also have the AYN Odin Lite, which goes for about $250 USD. Along with shipping, it's putting it in the same ballpark of the Ioneer Air Plus. And the Ioneer Air Plus will have a 6-inch screen, it will have analog triggers, you know, the Xbox layout controller style, and I'm very excited for that. So that 6-inch screen is going to be amazing when playing your older PC games. I can imagine playing some stuff like Need for Speed Most Wanted on this, some older GTAs, Half-Life, and many other PC games from like the 6th and 7th generation of video games on this handheld, which is where I think I would be spending most of my time, along with emulating a few Wii U games, GameCube games, some Wii games, PS2, PSP definitely, and I am just really excited. So I would recommend this device over any other Windows-based handheld, and it's because of the competitive price to performance ratio. You're not going to find anything else in this price bracket that is going to deliver this level of performance. And another thing I want to touch on in this video is customizability of what you can do with a Windows-based handheld. You have the option to run any Android app natively on Windows now. Granted, the performance might not be as great as what you would get on Android, but improvements are being made to the system so that you can run these Android apps and games a lot better, and it's only going to get better over time. So that gets me excited, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. I'll be keeping tabs on the Ioneer Ear Plus, specifically the Core i3 version, because I think this is going to be the more powerful of the two. When I did my research, I found out that the AMD Mendocino chip will have about 2 RDNA cores, just 2 CUs, and that is going to make the GPU very, very weak. It's going to be only 25% powerful as what we have in the Steam Deck, and I don't think that is going to be good at all for pretty much anything other than some light emulation and game streaming. And you'll be able to do all of these things with the Ioneer Ear Plus with the Core i3 version. Be able to game stream from xCloud, GeForce Now, Stadia, Luna, whichever streaming service you prefer to use. You'll also be able to emulate most systems, and you also be able to play a lot of older PC games, which I think is where this device will shine. And with the option to run Android natively on Windows, you'll be able to play some Android games as well and some Android apps. And the possibilities with this device to me is endless. It really is endless, and there is a lot to look forward to here. So as more information comes out about this device, I will let you guys know. We don't know the RAM or storage configuration, but if I would have to guess, I would state that we would have probably around 8 GB of RAM with 128 GB of internal storage. The battery, I'm not sure what the battery life is going to be like, but anywhere between 4 to 7 hours of battery life, I think that would be a win for this device, because 4 hours of gaming on a Windows-based handheld would be really amazing. So I am just waiting for more information about the screen. We know that it's going to be 1080p 6 inches. I think they're going to go with an IPS panel for this one. I'm not sure they're going to still offer a OLED at this price point. I don't think it makes sense to do that, and it's not needed. Just give us a good IPS panel, 6 inches, 1080p, and I'm happy. The joysticks are amazing. It's going to have all the same buttons as the current Ioneer Air with just a slightly bigger screen, and I'm all for that. When doing some checks on the CPU and how it performs perform against the current Ioneer Air, the CPU is not that far behind. There is about a 20% difference in performance across the board, and I think that will show you like what you can really do with this device. And if the battery life is better, then yeah, we're going to have a win. And when checking like power consumption of this CPU, the battery life should be better than the current Ioneer Air, which is giving you about 1.5 hours of like PC gameplay. So we're going to be running like older titles at 15 watts on this device, so I think we should get like better battery life. So like I said, 4 hours would be awesome. If you can get anywhere from 4 to 7 hours of battery life on this device would be really amazing. But for more information on how this chip performs, please check out ETA Prime's video, and you can also check out that video from MVG on the Xenia emulator on PC and see how it's performing and some updates of what we can expect with Xbox 360 emulation in the future. Now, if you have any tidbits, any comments, any information to drop about the Ioneer Ear Plus, the Core i3 version specifically, please go ahead and leave those comments down below. Like the video if you like it, and share it with a friend who likes tech. And until then, I'll catch you in the next one, guys. Peace.